My name is Justin Kelly, and today I'm going to be talking about the best places to find objective political reporting. Objective is just a fancy word for unbiased. So I'm just trying to look at the best places I'm going to find if I'm just trying to find news. I want to go look at the news, keep current on what's going on, best places to go, and also the places not to go. Due to the recent presidential election and a lot of controversy going around in politics, more people are becoming more extreme in their political views, whether they're going farther right on the spectrum or farther left. And so the moderate and independent in the middle of the spectrum is becoming harder and harder to see. We have more and more people that are spreading fake news and stuff that's just unreasonable. I figured a good way to start out with would be with a little bit of humor, because I feel like in a lot of ways this is accurate. You have a lot of people that are just coming up with anything they can to make their side look good, when we know that Obama probably doesn't cure cancer, and I would highly doubt that he kicks puppies. So, but anyway, the first source that I'm going to discuss, and it's a bad source, is InfoWars. InfoWars is a far-right source. It's also one that we've investigated a lot in this class. It's run by that guy, Alex Jones. Now, something that might catch your attention when you look at that slide is the quote on the bottom, CNN is ISIS. That was a quote that was in the that was just below the headline of the article I looked at. The article was about CNN's reporter, Jake Tapper, calling the phrase Allahu Akbar beautiful when referring to the New York City terror attack. Now, the article discusses how it takes Tapper's quote out of context, and Jones tries to use it as a way to spread kind of false information. What Jake Tapper had actually said was that Allahu Akbar, which means God is great in Arab, is a phrase that can be used in some beautiful circumstances, but is taken out of context at the wrong time. Alex Jones, in his article, spun it to say that Jake Tapper is calling terror and terrorist attacks beautiful. Saying that CNN is ISIS is just not true. This guy he was actually rated, or he was dubbed America's leading conspiracy theorist. So when I'm looking for news, a conspiracy theorist website is not somewhere I'm going to go. So let's transition into some good sources to visit. The first is going to be CBS News. And the article I visited on CBS News was by Major Garrett. He's currently the chief White House correspondent for CBS News and is the former chief White House correspondent for Fox News. So he has extensive experience covering political White House reporting, and he's credible. The article I looked at was an article he wrote regarding a recent opioid announcement by President Trump. As we know, opioids have been a big problem recently. And rather than and the title of the article was that critics say Trump's opioid announcement doesn't go far. Something that stood out to me about this headline was that he started it off with critics say. Instead of saying something like Trump's opioid announcement doesn't go far enough and giving an opinion, he says critics say. So he's giving us the facts, and he's going to give us just what some people think, and then he leaves it up to us, the readers, to make an informed decision as to whether or not Trump's opioid announcement went far enough. He doesn't actually say what the announcement was, so I don't know what it was, but the article starts out with, facts and statistics, how many people have died, how many people have overdosed, and just all the problems that are going on right now. So I found, and personally, the last two presidential elections that I've watched, I've gone to CBS to watch it because I found that they just have the most unbiased coverage. So this is the quote regarding statistics. As you can see, it's pretty astronomical increases, more than 200% in just 18 years. So the third and final source we're going to talk about is Reuters. Reuters was rated least biased by Media Bias Fact Check, and the biggest thing that stood out to me when I visited this website is that there's no opinion section. Every article you get is straight fact. They're not trying to spread an opinion or convince you of anything. They just want to educate you as to what you're reading. The article I found was by Amanda Becker. Amanda Becker writes about tax and employment laws for Reuters. So the article I found was about the tax bill revision by the House of Representatives. Since her background is in writing about taxes, she's credible for this. And it starts off by just giving a quote by Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House. And he's just, it's not trying to give an opinion on whether or not the tax bill is good or bad. It's just trying to tell us the kind of ideas, what's being discussed, and the position that's being taken by the person in charge. And it's obviously a significant bill because it's, as the article says, the biggest overhaul of the tax system since the 1980s. So it's important as the public and as the voters that we have thorough information on what we're looking at. So it was unbiased, full of just statistics and details about the bill, and I found it to be very reliable. So that's all I have. So if you want to learn more, these are the sources I used. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Justin.